Live from the Caterpillar Global Communications Center at Bradley University, this is BUTV News.
Good evening and welcome to BUTV News. I'm Sam Kohlmeyer.
And I'm Jackie Myers. Let's take a look at the news. Bradley Symphonic Winds paid tribute to a great conductor of the past in their concert this last weekend. This past Sunday, Bradley Symphonic Winds held a concert in honor of the late John Philip Sousa, who was a popular composer and conductor of military marches during the Romantic era of literature and art. Dr. David Vroman conducted the concert as he was in costume symbolizing John Philip Sousa himself directing his Sousa band. The concert featured various musical numbers of Sousa's that resonates with the patriotism and encompasses what Sousa's music was about. The concert also featured Bradley's alumni and vocalist Kristen Lelm as she portrayed Sousa's Lady in White soloist. The saxophone Matthew Zahner was also the featured instrumental soloist of the concert. In honor of the late Gwendolyn Brooks, Bradley University's English Department and Creative Writing program will be having a 2017 poetry competition. Each poet is allowed one original poem that is influenced by Gwendolyn Brooks. The subject matter would address civil rights, social equality, and human equalities, since that is what Miss Brooks is known for. Each entry will be anonymously judged on appropriateness and quality. The deadline is March 3rd.
On Thursday, the Black Lives Matter movement co-founder Patrisse Cullors spoke at the Renaissance Coliseum. Cullors helped found Black Lives Matter by tweeting hashtag Black Lives Matter after the controversial acquittal of George Zimmerman in 2013. Cullors took aim at the new administration and talked about the overall movement. She says the problem she witnessed as a child have bled into modern America.
Of over-incarceration and over-policing in my neighborhood. Witnessing the decimation of a lack of reinvestment into Black communities, and actually, I would argue, a divestment from our communities, causing a trickle effect that would not just impact myself, but would impact people 30, 40 years out.
After her talk, she hosted a Q&A and answered questions from Twitter to share her insights and thoughts. The Executive Development Center here at Bradley University will be hosting an event with hopes to reframe excellence in leadership. The event will be facilitated by 3 faculty members who will talk about the environment and different tools to maintain organizational structure, employee motivation, and resilience through these times of uncertainty. This event will be held on March 7th and 8th in the Pablo Pavilion, which is located in the Alumni Center. This event will be free with a complimentary breakfast and will be open to the public.
An event was held earlier this week that talked about serious health issues amongst younger individuals. This past Monday, an event titled No Longer Broken was held in New Miller Hall. This event was hosted by The Body Project and featured guest Troy Ronas. Troy Ronas shared his story of his struggle with this disorder as well as his recovery. He gave tips on how to receive help if someone is diagnosed with an eating disorder and how to stay away from other negative things such as depression and body shaming. He also spoke on sexuality and its correlation with eating disorders. As an author, Ronas hopes to make sure people knowledgeable of this disorder through his experiences. Are you a Smith Career Center guru? Do you know how to work a resume? If you answered yes, then the Smith Career Center is looking for you. They are now accepting internship applications to become a career peer advisor. While being a career peer advisor, you will be able to help others with their resume, help staff members with event planning, student advising, and even student and employer outreach. All application materials are due March 17th.
Starting in April, small businesses in Peoria are about to get a lot safer. The Illinois Small Business Development Center, in partnership with the Turner Center for Entrepreneurship at Bradley University, will present a series on cybersecurity seminars and webinars at the Next Innovation Center on West Main Street in Peoria. Local small businesses will learn how to protect themselves and their customers against cyber criminals, security breaches, and inside threats, all relating to the digital space. Your small business can register for the complete series or select individual seminars and webinars. Those attending all 9 events will receive a certificate in small business cybersecurity strategy. The deadline to register is April 14th. The 2017 Brain Summit is approaching. This would be our second annual Brain Summit. The topic this year will be brain neuroplasticity, the necessary conditions for brain growth and change. For those who do not know, the Brain Summit is a one-day conference showing off the work of highly known intellectuals. This year, we will be having Dr. Merzenik and Dr. Paul G. Swingle, who are two internationally acknowledged experts that study neuroplasticity and neurotherapy respectfully. Unfortunately, registration ended on February 27th. However, if this piqued your interest, be sure to participate and sign up for next year.
Coming up, Disney makes a big statement. Kiana explains.
And John gives us a look at the forecast when we return for the week.
Tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
So there was some pretty crazy weather in central Illinois last night.
Yeah, it was really scary. I couldn't sleep very well last night.
I can't blame you. John, what can we expect for the next few days?
Yeah, so actually 23 twisters touched down in the Midwest, several of them Illinois. Unfortunately, some damage was done to LaSalle. There was one fatality, so our warmest thoughts go over to their family. But it is going to clear up a little bit. Some of the humidity and the normal temperature for March was the cause for this weather. So we're going to get some more normal March weather and hopefully stay away from the twisters. So we're going to go take a look at what we've got going on the green screen. If we take a gander at what we got going on in Peoria, let's take a look here. Nothing much going on, as you can see up here over my shoulder. All that activity is past us. There's nothing remotely within the next few hours that is going to hit us. And all this little clouds up towards Des Moines, but that's not going to end up catching us. If we take a look at the high-low pressure systems, we can get a better gauge of what's going to come at us within the next couple of weeks. So as you can see right behind me, all this activity right here, that is what hit us last night. And going into a little bit of tomorrow's morning. So all this activity here, the snow, that should pass right over us. We should kind of maybe get clipped here with this low pressure, but nonetheless, that is all we got here on the high-low pressure systems. Let's take a look at the 5-day forecast, and we can see what is going on within the area and, kind of get a gauge on what's going on within the next few days. So if we take a look here, 42 on Thursday with a low of 21. We may get some flurries during the evening. On Friday, we'll have a high of 42, just as much as Thursday, low of 31. During the weekend, it's going to warm up a little bit, 62 and 65 on Saturday and Sunday with a low of 44 on Saturday and 53 on Sunday. And on Monday, it's going to stay around the mid-60s with a low of 48. So nonetheless, now we got some entertainment with Kiana.
The director of Disney's remake of The Beauty and the Beast announced that the film will feature Disney's first ever gay moment on screen. A supporting character, LeFou, played by Josh Gad, will struggle with his feelings for the leading man, Gaston. The much-anticipated remake stars Emma Watson, Dan Stevens, and Luke Evans. It hits theaters March 17th. The 89th Oscars were quite the show to watch on Sunday. The show, hosted by Jimmy Kimmel, ended in dramatic style. The presenters for the Best Picture were given the wrong envelope by PwC managing partner Brian Cullinan, who had been tweeting just moments before the incident. Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway announced La La Land as the original winner, but a stage manager came on stage with the correct envelope, which bestowed the award to Moonlight. The PwC firm has apologized for the incident, and the Academy is further investigating. This is the only second time this incident has occurred like this in the Oscars, the first being in 1964.
Wow, yeah, the Oscars was pretty crazy. Did you guys get to see the ending?
I did not. I wish I would have, though, because that's
Oh.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Did see it on YouTube.
Yeah,
What chaos.
absolutely. Yeah, the accountants that were in charge of the cards, they've been banned from the Oscars.
Oh my god.
So,
That's pretty
you
ridiculous.
can't make that mistake.
Tough
Yeah,
act, tough act.
absolutely.
Well, up next, we'll teach you a great spot to get barbecue in Peoria.
And later, we'll see some cool sports trick shots with Pablo.
Listen to me. I am captain of the track team. And if I'm late,
She doesn't really think she's going to get out of here, does she?
Be nice. She's new.
Hello, is anyone there? Ugh.
Wow. Even from our standards, you look awful.
Oh, sweetie, what happened?
Me? My friend Becky got to talk to this super cute boy, and I tried to act like I wasn't jealous, but I so totally was. And then out of nowhere, this concrete barrier just popped up. Maybe it was a semi.
You mean you were driving?
Yeah. I mean, I know the whole eyes on the road thing, but this was a super important text. Maybe you have to know, Becky.
Texting? Great.
But it was only like 5 seconds, and I'm a really, really fast texter, so it wasn't even a big deal. Actually, has she texted me back yet? Wow, I get like no bars in this place. I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here. Did you go to the schoolyard? Where did you look? We can make a plan somehow if I just...
He's a smart boy, and he's gonna be okay.
Just, okay, try to call him again.
There's no reception right now. Everything is down.
Try!
I can't.
Try already!
Nothing's working.
Well, just
Everything's
try.
down.
Do you think he's on his way? Please. Is he okay?
Laura,
Please tell me he's okay.
I need you to calm down.
Why, that's my baby. This is so bad. He's out there by himself.
Make sure you know where to find your family in an emergency. Start your plan at ready.gov.
Spring break will be this month, and the Bradley Police Department wants students that are in their homes to feel safe. BUPD encourages students to register their homes with the Vacant House Watch before leaving for break. Over break, BUPD will watch vacant homes every day as their routine patrols. So far, the program has been successful in reducing burglaries. To contact or to register, contact BUPD at 309-677-2000. And now joining us in the studio, a special guest, Chelsea Cabanata. Jackie.
Thank you, Sam. Tonight, we welcome Chelsea Cabanata, a hula dancer instructor and a Bradley student. She's here to tell us about her experience of being a part of hula dancing and the cultural importance of it. Chelsea, welcome to the show.
Hi.
So, I'm sure you get this question a lot, but why are you involved? Why did you get involved in hula dancing?
Well, both of my parents were raised in Hawaii, and I was also born there. So they grew up with the Hawaiian culture as a part of their lives. So when we moved to Illinois, my parents still wanted me to have the Hawaiian culture and have that be a part of my upbringing, even though I was in the Midwest. So we ended up finding a woman who lived in Hawaii, and she took me into her dance school, and I was able to learn from her.
That's amazing. So fun. So what are some misconceptions of hula dancing?
The biggest misconception that I have is when people assume that hula is with fast hips, coconut bras, and grass skirts. And while that is a part of it, hula is a story told with your hands. It's basically a passing of traditions along to the younger generations, and now it's just a way of bringing back what our ancestors used to teach and honoring them in that way.
All right, well, you touched on it a little bit, but what are the cultural implications that this dance has on the Hawaiian culture?
A lot of it can explain like natural phenomenon. A lot of it is just bringing honor to the things that are a part of our lives. So there's a lot of stories talking about the gods or talking about even catching food and bringing thanks to the food that we eat.
So is this an activity that you would recommend people to get involved in? And if so, how can they get involved?
I absolutely suggest that people join it. There's hula schools all over the country, all over the world actually. It's very big in Japan, for example. But if you want to get involved, you can just Google hula halaus or groups in your area, and I'm sure tons will pop up.
Awesome. All right, so one last question. Why do you think it's important for our viewers to understand the importance of hula dance?
I feel like it's very important because it is understanding someone else's culture. The Hawaiian culture is not just a novelty that people assume, or it's not just Lilo and Stitch like everyone wants it to be, but it's very much a culture and the beliefs of a specific group, and it's our history.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Chelsea. Thank you for being here. If you have any questions for Chelsea, please feel free to email her at chelsea.cabanata@yahoo.com. Back to you, Sam.
Thanks, Jackie. As many of you know, great barbecue is often very challenging to find here in the Midwest. BUTV's Cole Breedel takes us to a local restaurant that is a hit thanks to a special barbecue sauce. You better saddle up for this week's Around Town.
This week in Around Town, we ventured across the river to Whitey's Barbecue on East Washington Street across from Kroger's. Before we chowed down on our barbecue, we decided to find out more about Whitey's from its owner, Mike White.
It's all about homemade food. All of our sides are homemade, you know, we start from raw ingredients. I don't even have a freezer here. It's all freshly made and homemade, and I think that's what people are really looking for.
Believe it or not, Mike has only been doing barbecue for about 8 years, and he's already racked up a number of awards thanks to his grandma's barbecue sauce.
It started with my grandma's barbecue sauce. This is something that's been in my family. They didn't have a restaurant. She just was a good cook and made this barbecue sauce. So that's how it started with my barbecuing and competing, and you know, everybody here knows how to make all the sides except the barbecue sauce. That's my secret. I make that. If they come back while I'm making it, I make them leave. They think it's a joke, but it's not. So that's where it really started, and I'm real proud of.
Mike told us Fridays are his busiest days and he has lines out the door. For a place that busy, we had to give the food a shot. I ordered the pulled chicken sandwich, and our videographer Christina ordered the pulled pork sandwich. The pork was very juicy and the chicken was loaded with flavor. The fresh cut fries were crunchy like a good French fry should be. One item that grabbed our attention was the kyushu, a sandwich with the meat of your choice, covered with fries and melted cheese. Although neither of us were brave enough to try it, it was a hit among other customers. Customers are able to make their sandwiches their own with as much sweet or spicy barbecue sauce as they'd like. With food made fresh every single day, we were surprised with how quickly our food was ready. Walking out of Whitey's with a full stomach and sticky fingers, we'd recommend Whitey's to anyone looking for some good homemade barbecue. Reporting in East Peoria for BUTV News, I'm Cole Breedel.
Stay tuned to find what dynamic duo won MVC honors with Pablo.
And later, find out about a festival here at Bradley.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Well, hey, how's it going, everybody? How are we doing today?
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. How are
Okay.
you? Are you feeling okay?
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. So you know what?
Ooh,
I gotta say, well, it's March 1st, everyone, and to be honest, I've got a little bit of a fever, and the only prescription is some March Madness. So after capping off the regular season with a win against Drake, the men's basketball team face off against the Bulldogs in the first round of the Arch Madness MVC tournament in St. Louis. Braves tip off tomorrow night at 8:30. That game will be played at the Scott Trade Center in St. Louis. You can catch television coverage on Fox Sports Midwest, ESPN3, and Comcast Sportsnet Chicago. The winner will take on the number 2 seed Wichita State on Friday, so get ready for an exciting ride, Bradley fans. Looks like trusting the process and investing in the youth is starting to pay off just a little bit. With all conference award announcements, the Missouri Valley have named freshman Koch Barr and Darrell Brown to the MVC all-freshman team. The dynamic duo had outstanding seasons as Barr was the Iron Man playing in all 31 games this season, averaging 6 points, 5.4 rebounds, and 1.2 blocks per contest. Darrell Brown ranked as 15th best in the MVC for scoring and also could be the first Brave freshman since draft pick Patrick O'Brien to average double digits in his first season. Now, just today, the women's team announced the inaugural Coliseum Classic that will be held on Saturday, March 25th. The doubleheader match will feature a morning duel with St. Louis University and an evening showdown with IUPUI. The overall layout will include bowl seating with 3 tennis courts laid out along the basketball and volleyball courts. In a statement from head coach Matt Tyler, he is, quote, very excited to give our student athletes the opportunity to play in a first-class arena like the Renaissance. Briefly, in other sports news, the baseball team fell short this weekend at Tennessee Tech, dropping 2 out of 3. Softball's Maria Schroeder was named the MVC Scholar of the Week. And finally, the men's track team had a big outing in the MVC Indoor Championship, headlined by Aaron Dunderdale taking home the individual track title, making him the first member of the Bradley program to do so. Now, even with the MVC tournament around the corner, that doesn't mean you can't have some fun along the way. So, without further ado, we have a special treat from the trainers of the men's basketball team.
We're the Bradley University men's basketball managers. This is our trick shot video. Yeah!
The answer right here. Forget the bank shot. How about off the wall shot? That one okay? Well, maybe this half-court 360 display looks a little better. Sinking that one. Look out from down below as Charlie throws down the hammer, too. Finally, from the stands, splash. And hang on, wait, watch it right here. A little shake and bake move. Oh, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. I mean, having some fun there. I mean, these trainers work so hard, or the managers, excuse me, they work so hard, and it's nice to see their fun side for sure.
Hey, I think I'm ready to sign up for that for next year.
Seriously. Well, stay tuned to find out what cool events are going on at Bradley this week.
And after, we have a nice performance that we know you'll love.
it's harder whenever there's a bigger group. Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
When you're out there, there's no telling what you'll find.
I see it, I see it! Oh, look at you.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Now let's take a look at the weeks for this events for this week. If you like guitars, you want to make sure you check out the Guitar Festival this weekend. This Friday at 7:30 p.m. will be the opening night. Don't worry if you can't make it though, the festival is all weekend long. Starting Thursday, the play These Shining Lives will be making another weekend appearance at the Hartman Center. The play was performed last weekend as well. Last Friday, the performance was a full house, so if you plan on going, get your tickets soon. On Monday at 7 p.m., there will be a lecture from University of Texas at Dallas. Professor Paul Dahl will talk to us about unanticipated problems with international courts that can put its effectiveness into question. Well, that's it for BUTV News this week. I'm Jackie Myers.
I'm John Collin.
I'm Kiana Baylor.
And I'm Sam Colmeyer. We leave you tonight with a performance from Liverpool and the Contractions, and we'll see you back here next week.
I'll be begging for this, 'cause you're on your knees, 'cause you're begging for that.